welcome, and I'm so glad that you have joined me on my launch of my LifeWave business today. And I'm very excited about this opportunity. And for those of you that don't know me, I'm a kinesiologist, a Reiki Ho'oponopono practitioner, energy and sound therapy. And I've always had an interest in natural medicines. And when I was introduced to these patches, these X39 patches, that they're changing lives around the world. So I'm excited to introduce you all to the patches tonight and give you some information about how they can change your health the same as they've changed mine. I was introduced to the patches 7 months ago by a partner of one of my mates, Jody, and since then I haven't looked back at all. So just a little bit of a background about 6 years ago, I was told that I needed to have 2 knee reconstructions, which I really didn't want to have the operations, and I knew I was going to find a natural way to fix them. And one of the things I love doing is climbing mountains with my mates for sunrise. And a year and a half ago, I had to stop doing that because the weeks after I'd climbed a mountain, I was hobbling around like an old man. I could hardly walk, and to step up or take a step down was just pure agony. After being introduced to the patches and wearing them for 4 months, I said to my mate, Michael, come on, let's climb a mountain. So we climbed the mountain at Pomona on the Sunshine Coast and come back down, had no pain in my knees at all. Since then, I've been kept patching every day, and I've climbed lots of mountains throughout Sunshine Coast and Glasshouse Mountains, even climbing a 3.2 kilometre mountain at Cairns up in far north Queensland. As well as my knees has helped with my sleep, my energy and vitality. Like, I feel 20 years younger than what I am. My skin's a lot clearer. I have, like, my headaches that I used to have every day have gone. My jaw that used to cramp and lock up and be sore all the time is, after 3 weeks, the pain had gone and I couldn't remember it when it went. So they've just been life-changing for me. I swear by them. It's such a good product. And as you'll see later when we go through the presentation, very, very cheap. So what I would like to do now is hand over to my wonderful friend Janine, who is going to explain a bit more about the patches to you all. Thank you, Janine.
Donald. Thank you, and welcome everybody. My name's Janine, and it's my absolute pleasure to give you an overview on this product that I'm also deeply in love with, and this has transformed my life over the last 13 months. And I'll share my story a little bit further into the presentation, but my background's actually nursing. I was a registered nurse for 27 years. I just love helping people when it comes to health and wellness. I'm holistic minded. I love natural therapies, and I tried a lot of things for myself, but I've never come across anything quite as profound as this, and also easy and affordable. You are looking at about $5 to $6 Australian a day. I'll just say that up front. So this is really quite remarkable. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and run through a quick deep dive into what this is all about, where it's come from, and how you can get your hands on them. And we'll open up to some Q&A at the end. So The question is, have you been patched? I can tell you now that this is definitely one of those products that you need to experience yourself to believe. This absolutely elevates, activates, and regenerates the human body like we haven't seen before, and it regenerates your own stem cells. Now, as a nurse, I didn't actually know anything about stem cells. They are the master healing cells of the body. They are the only cells that can turn into other cells. So if you actually need a new heart cell, lung cell, neuron, gut lining, joint, whatever you need has got to come from a stem cell. And the issue is that we're born with an abundance of these, but from the toddler years, they actually start to diminish as we age and become dormant. By the time we're 30, 50% of our stem cells are asleep. And by the time we're 60, it's actually 90%. So we're down to only 10% of stem cell activity. And this is one of the reasons why, a huge reason why our bodies just sort of that wear and tear starts to show up as we age. We start feeling fatigued. A lot of people start experiencing pain, and we just don't bounce back from injury or illness like we used to when we were young. So the incredible thing is with this patch, and this is it here, it's just a about the size of a 20-cent coin in Australian. It's doesn't look like much, but this is very profound. This is a form of phototherapy. Now, phototherapy has been around for millions of years, going back to Egyptian times. And we know we can talk about an example with the sun. When the sun hits our skin, it tells our body to make vitamin D, right? When we wear this patch, it uses our own infrared light in our bodies. So we're not relying on an external source of light. It reflects our own light back into the body at a particular wavelength, at a frequency that speaks to the body, and it tells the body to elevate a particular peptide in the body called GHKCU. And that's a natural peptide that's there that also diminishes as we age. So this is doing this through like without chemicals, without drugs or anything like that. It's non-transdermal, non-invasive, and it's just using light by actually having in this white cloth of the patch, there's a whole bunch of nanocrystals. So nano just means the size of the crystal-like structures. These are mirrors in there. Nano just refers to something that's it's actually 1/1000th of a meter in size. So it's very, very tiny. And there's just all these mirrors in there. So this is the opposite of what a lot of people are seeking, which is stem cell injections in Mexico and Dubai, which cost like, $30,000 or $50,000 that are extremely invasive and risky and often and really out of reach for most people. So this is an alternative that's really remarkable. I do need to say that LifeWave products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. Where this comes from is a man called David Schmidt. He's the CEO of LifeWave. That's the company. This guy is he's an incredible man. He's a known, highly respected scientist and inventor in the US, and he actually has over 200 patents to his name. He specializes in age reversing, and in 2008, David focused his attention on stem cell research. He actually tipped $4.5 million US dollars into research and development and 10 years to bring this to market, and it was the 39th prototype. What's exciting is this is patented technology. So you cannot get a patent unless you prove that that something does what you say it does. So we can look at the patent here. It's a global patent, which is why this is available in over 80 countries now. And we can see here that it does say that it elevates the copper peptide, and it includes the activation of stem cells, improvement in energy, of elevation of antioxidants, being glutathione in particular, and it reduces inflammation, pain, improves stamina, and an elevation of collagen production and improved wound healing. Now, there's scientific proof and clinical trials to back this, which is why there's so many doctors and practitioners across the world using this right now with their patients. And this is new to Australia. It's only been here for just about 2.5, maybe coming up 3 years. So the benefits of X39 are vast, and I have seen all of this now. Increased strength, reduced inflammation is a huge one. We know that you really can't be a human being on the planet right now without experiencing some degree of inflammation or fighting that inflammation because of the environment that we live in. Whether you look at, the toxic load, the EMF, everything that's in the air, the water, the food. It's just, we see this in young people and old. Everybody's inflamed. And so just reducing that inflammation. And we know that inflammation is also a significant component when it comes to all disease processes and conditions. So we see incredible results just based on that, because when your stem cells actually reactivate and wake up, they mop up inflammation, and that's the first thing they do. So and that's also one of the reasons why we see incredible results when it comes to acute and chronic pain. Increased stamina, energy, and vitality will just clump that together. This is where you're basically supporting your mitochondria. You increase the ATP production of the cell, so that's that energy powerhouse of the cell, and you just feel a sense of a grounded, stable energy through the day. You do not feel like you've had a coffee hit or an energy drink or anything like that. You just feel that sense of energy that you felt when you were younger. Mental clarity, that's a huge one. And we see that show up with just reduction or loss of brain fog, just a sense of, feeling calm in the nervous system and able to make clear decisions and feel even just improved or significant improvement or reversal of conditions such as bipolar, anxiety, depression, um, neurodivergence, so with ADHD and autism. Even kids that have actually not spoken for their whole lives are finding their words for the first time, and things like Alzheimer's as well. So that's quite remarkable. And then when it comes to muscle and skeletal conditions, we are talking about repairing and regenerating the body with stem cells and other biochemistry that supports self-healing in the body. So any sort of injuries, in terms of muscles, soft tissue, or joints, for example, people actually end up cancelling their joint replacement surgeries on this technology. It's really quite remarkable. We can actually see joints being rebuilt. And yeah, this is why, like, one of the reasons why athletes love this patch. The Olympians are on them, not only to repair in terms of, accelerate repair when it comes to injuries, but also prevent injury. Improve sleep, that's just one of my favorites. This is sleep is one of the foundational pillars of well-being. So it's interesting. A lot of us that have had sleep issues, have had a great response with these patches. But even people who say, "Oh, I thought I slept really well," those that track their sleep, even with things like Aura rings and other devices, have said, "Wow, that deep restorative sleep is really improved, and the length of sleep is improving." And people have come off sleep apnea machines, and my husband even stopped snoring, which was quite remarkable. Improved skin appearance. This is not just from a beauty perspective. Yes, wrinkles and lines like definitely soften. People do look younger, and there's heaps of amazing before and after photos. But also with common skin conditions like eczema, psoriasis, acne, and skin cancers and skin tags and things like that, that can be improved or completely go away for people. X39 long-term results are remarkable. Something that's incredible to know is from the minute you put this patch on, 4,000 genes begin to reset to a healthier, younger state. So that's actually 1/3 of your genome. And what's important to know is that this is all associated with elevating that GHKCU peptide. Okay. So epigenetics is a massive topic in the wellness industry. So when our genes can actually express themselves in a healthier, younger way, so much is possible. So the brain becomes balanced at approximately 6 weeks for most people, based on the clinical data, and the collagen increases significantly by about 3 months. And I always thought collagen was something to do with beauty, and I was taking heaps of collagen in my smoothies and stuff like that. But this is actually, this increases collagen synthesis way more than any sort of supplement. And collagen's everywhere. It's actually the matrix of our body. So it's in our organs, it's our joints, it's the skin, hair, and nails. It's actually everywhere. So this is one of the reasons why we see such incredible results when it comes to actual like joints regenerating. So the heart also reverses age. It takes about, well, in 6 months, the clinical data shows it's a reversal of 8 years. So that alone's pretty amazing, given that ischemic heart disease is our global #1 killer. It's the same in Australia. And so heart health is absolutely vital. And David Schmidt says this is not anti-aging, it's actually age reversing. And that's on a cellular level. How to wear this is extremely simple. I love that this is so simple that anyone can do it. Basically, you wear it in the morning, you put it on and you take it off 12 hours later. It's a daytime patch because it does support mitochondria and you will have more energy. You can put it literally anywhere on your body. You see the two places there, the back of the neck and below the belly button are the places that have been clinically trialed. And David Schmidt loves to use these acupressure points. He loves Chinese medicine. But the truth is you can actually put it anywhere and receive those systemic results. And if you've got pain, you can just put it there. Some people will just put it on their arm so they remember it. And you just basically stay hydrated and that's it. The testimonies of X39 are the reason why we share this. They are emotional, they are life-changing, and I'm going to share mine with you. Basically, I stopped sleeping 17 years ago. I had a terrible case of insomnia and my whole body fell apart. I was an ICU nurse at the time. I was working, crazy shifts and I'd never really been shown how to look after myself. And when I got pregnant, my hormones went crazy and I just actually, my body just really went from bad to worse. I basically developed adrenal fatigue and thyroid imbalance, leaky gut. I had terrible brain fog. And I really just struggled to function. I struggled with work. I struggled being a mum. And my whole body just kind of fell apart. My back was really terrible as well. I had a terrible disc issue where I'd have these slip discs come out every few months and I'd be in bed for a couple of weeks or in bed for like a week and then it would take me a couple of weeks to recover. I'd be on Valium and life was pretty miserable, to be honest. Last year, about 14 months ago, I was actually not well enough to work, and I was really still seeking and hoping that I could find something to help. Now, I have tried a lot of things. I am very open-minded. I've tried the inner work, the outer work. I've done a lot of therapies, a lot of different practitioners. I have integrative doctors. I have a naturopath and a number of body workers. Now, when I was introduced to these patches, I really didn't think they were going to, I was a bit skeptical. I knew that they were working for other people because I'd heard incredible stories, but I was a little bit skeptical about just how they would work for me because so many things hadn't worked. Well, I started sleeping after 5 weeks and I came off 50 milligrams of melatonin. So that was just unbelievable for me. I started to gain some energy, hot flushes dialed down. My brain became clearer. I just felt like a different person. I felt like my old self. I was approaching 50. And at that point, I just thought, wow, I actually feel better now than I did in my 40s. So that was quite remarkable. And then many months down the track, I mean, it just got better and better with every week and every month. But many months down the track, I noticed my back pain started to reduce. And then I just noticed I had more flexibility and strength. And then at it was about 5, 6 months, it was like really good. At 8, 10 months, it's just amazing. Like I haven't had a back flare up now for 10 months. So that's really quite remarkable. And I've got scoliosis and other things going on, and it's just all changed. So I can tell you also, my husband had chronic fatigue for 5.5 years. That has gone. It took about 8 months or just over 6 months for him to really notice that he was feeling amazing. At 8 months, he just got the clean bill of health from his integrative doctor. And these sorts of stories are a dime a dozen now. I've been sharing this technology with people for over a year, and it is just full of good news stories. So it's amazing. I love this so much. If you haven't been to this website, this is full of great information. This is at info.com. It's just basically one page. You scroll right down, have a look at, there's great videos from doctors, a couple of different ones. I highly recommend watching those. There's links to the science, the inventor talking about this. There's a couple of very short videos, and there's also a testimony section that's all categorized. So I definitely recommend you going into that and having a look. They're really emotional stories of real people. Um, Now, the cost of these is this is simple. Everyone orders the same way, because whether you want to be a wholesale customer or a brand partner and get these patches for free, or create a side income, this is the cheapest way to get started. So um, basically, there's 4 starter kits, and this is a one-off purchase. Excuse me, I'm just going to pause and just close the door because someone's opened it. Sorry, it's the realities of having family in the background doing their thing. Um, okay, so with these packages, the first one is core. It's 3 sleeves of X39. So one sleeve is this. It's a packet with 30 patches on it, in it. So that's just enough for one person for 1 month. And that's in US dollars because it's a global company. So when we add in, so 295 US, when we add in the shipping and the taxes in Australian dollars, this is about $515. And then advanced is double that, and you get that for about 915 Australian dollars. So you save about $100. It's like everything, guys. When you buy in bulk, it's cheaper. Advanced Plus, you're getting 11 sleeves of X39, and that's about 1650 Aussie. And with premium, it's 20 sleeves, and that's just under 3,000 Aussie. And really, it just depends on where someone's at, how many people are patching, whether they're interested in creating a business or whether they are just doing a really basic trial. But the minimum trial is really 90 days for everybody, no matter what the age. But the recommendation with the company is you patch for however many decades you've been alive, you patch for 1 month to get your stem cells reactivated. So for me, being 50, my trial was 5 months. And I knew that at 5 months, it was only then that the biochemistry had really changed and optimized in a way that was promoting and accelerating my own healing. So, and there's also options to go on subscriptions. Most people do. Most people want to keep their accounts active and also benefit from the direct sales structure with LifeWave. Now, this is one of the most amazing things about this company is that it is offered in a direct sales way. So rather than buying through clinics or on the on the shelves in shops like pharmacies and things like that, where you'd be paying retail. Retail cost is actually like 250 Australian for one packet. And look, some clinics are actually selling it that way. But this gives, the way this is set up, gives everybody the opportunity to buy wholesale and also access this product for free, which I absolutely love because, to be honest, I've spent so much money over the years on supplements and different therapies, and I've never got a single dollar back. So to be able to patch my entire family for free has been really incredible. And also just have that abundance of patches for free to be able to gift to family members as well, like my my mum, who's nearly 80. So I'm just going to change gears a little bit now. And for anyone who is interested in either receiving this product for free and getting their patches paid for, or whether you're interested in a little bit of extra income or an avalanche of income, I'm just going to give you a quick overview on the business structure with LifeWave. So it's really important to know this company is the real deal. They've been around for over 2 decades. As much as this X39 is a new product for them, the company is rock solid and it's been around for ages. They basically were turning over about 20 million a year in 2021. And when the X39 came to market, that increased to 320 million in 1 year. Like it's just an exponential growth. And then last year they nearly hit, well, they hit over 600 million. This year they're going to be hitting close to, if not at $1 billion. And so you really can't do that without a product that is absolutely incredible. And this is just running like wildfire now. So LifeWave have actually received the award 2 years in a row for the number one company in direct sales in terms of momentum. They are growing at such a rapid rate. And what's really cool is they have an incredible compensation plan that pays out 60% of their revenue to their brand partners, and they're just extremely generous. Never come across a company that is so ethical and heart-led, but also like so clever and smart with the way they do things. And that all comes from the top with David Schmidt. He's an amazing man. This is exciting. LifeWave have actually won this Biotech Breakthrough Award literally just, I think it was about 3 weeks ago. So this is a global award, and there's been thousands of nominations across the world. And yeah, LifeWave won the Stem Cell Innovation of the Year product. So that is absolutely incredible and just has really put them on the map. And there's also a incredible documentary that's going to hit Netflix. It's already hit the US. It will probably be screened with Australian and New Zealand Netflix by the end of the year. And that's on this company, it's on David Schmidt, and also this technology. So the question to ask yourself, if you're just thinking, oh, like just this is quite exciting, this is something you want to explore, is just what's important to you in your life. Because what we are all doing, all of us that love this product, and I mean, to be honest, I felt a social obligation to share it. What we're doing is we're using LifeWave as a vehicle to really unlock some of our own personal dreams and create the sort of life that we've always, wanted to have. And everyone's different. So, it's not, for some people, it's more family time, it's more financial security and less financial stress. For some people, they just want to have play money for things like travel and, less debt. And for some people, it's literally just that they want to patch for their own health, and they want to be able to support their loved ones, their family members, just patching for their own well-being, and they want to get the product for free. And we love all this. And the cool thing is, just with the culture in our team and with LifeWave, we just support everybody where they're at. This is no pushy sales. This is very heart-led, and we just love helping people achieve whatever it is that's right for them. So the cool thing to know with this is this business setup cost is very different to any conventional business. And we know that conventional businesses are generally a very high startup cost. My husband and I have gone through that, and it was a high startup cost. It was risky and it was stressful, lots of long hours, definitely trial and error. And there is a limited earning potential. And with LifeWave, this is basically a no risk situation. Your only cost is buying a starter kit. So basically an enrollment kit with product that you're going to use, you're going to benefit from a health and wellness perspective. So there is no risk. You don't have to hold stock for anybody. People will purchase through you directly receive product from the company. You don't have to do inventory and all those complicated, expensive things. So you can build this around your life. We are all doing this in the cracks of life. Around some people, it's like full-time work and very busy schedules with family and other commitments. And it's literally just in those few minutes here and there during the day. And you can do this around any sort of lifestyle. You do not need to, this is not something you need to put 6, 7, 8 hours in a day at all. This is basically a well-resourced, incredible opportunity with a proven system that we know works. And we've seen that especially over the last few years. And it's um, it's an opportunity to really just unlock whatever it is that you desire in your life because the earning potential is unlimited. And I'd have to say the fulfillment around this is pretty amazing. I loved nursing. I was a great nurse and I really enjoyed nursing, but I feel very fulfilled working this business because this is full of good news. And I love getting those calls every week. Just people are calling saying, or texting me saying, guess what? And there's just something cool that's happened. And it's just an incredible opportunity to, to change lives and help people in a really profound way. Something else I want to point out just with this opportunity is it is a unicorn opportunity. There aren't many, and look, I had no idea about this when I first started patching. I was literally just patching for my own health to save my life. And then it was just over time when I realized this product was so cool, was so good, and I started naturally sharing it with people and then seeing their lives changed. I kind of slowly wised up to the fact that this is a once in a lifetime opportunity because it's not very often you find like that product at the right time with the right market and you're in the right place because this is a first to market opportunity. So to be one of those people that is offering this to the market first off, and it's an in-demand product. Everyone has stem cells going dormant. So it's just one of those things you can't get wrong. It's highly consumable as well. And it's suitable for everyone. It's safe. Very few contraindications. So the cool thing is to know is that this is solving a massive problem. Everyone has stem cells going dormant. So many people are struggling with their health, and these patches just problem solve that. And also, so many people are struggling financially. So it's amazing to be able to give people that opportunity just to take the load off, to have a bit of breathing space when it comes to their finances, because we know that health stress and financial stress are the two biggest, hardest things to go through in life. And I have personally been through both, so I can speak from experience. If you want to deep dive into, just more about the business, reach out to the person who is sharing this video with you. But it's basically quite a simple system, and this really is built on teams, and it's a duplicatable system. And this is not a quick overnight get rich thing at all. This is you basically get out what you put in. You definitely have to put the effort in, but over time, this builds and it builds residual income. This is a 3 to 5 year build. And I mean, look, don't get me wrong. There are some people who have made absolute, like huge amounts of money in 6 months, in a few months. And yes, you do start making money straight away when you share this with others with direct commissions. But in terms of building a really solid business foundation and scaling that, that happens over time, and then you build residual income. And LifeWave will pay you up to 9 ways. I'm currently getting paid 5 ways at the moment, and that never happened nursing. So the question to ask yourself is the time now? Is it your time to invest in yourself from a health perspective, just from improving the quality of your life perspective, and, really tap into what your dreams are? And we are here to support you with all of that. So now I'm going to hand you back to Donald, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Feel free to.
Thank you very much for that, Janine. It was fantastic presentation. Thank you. So, as we've said, it's such a wonderful product. I believe in this product so much, and I just want to share it with everybody because I know that it can improve everybody's health, and that's what I want to do, is to get this to everyone around the world so that we can all live in perfect health. That's my goal, and yeah, that's why I want to do it. Is I'm all about improving people's health and doing it naturally, letting the body heal itself is what we should be doing. That's what our bodies are set up to do. So I'm really passionate about being part of this fantastic health revolution that is changing lives across the world. So I thank you all for your time in sharing this evening with me. I'm really grateful for you all being here. And if you'd like some more information, get in contact with me and I would love to have a chat or sit down with you and go through a bit more information with you, show you a couple more videos if you want that, explain the processes a bit more, or if somebody else invited you, circle back to them and get in touch with them and they would love to give you some more information as well.